Hi, Sunflower Fox here. Today, we're going to be talking about Karens. We all know them, we all hate them, or at least I think we all hate them. Unless you're a Karen, then you probably also hate them. Because, who doesn't? Who loves Karens? Am I right? So anyway, today we're going to be talking about neighborhood Karens. We all know at least one of them. So one time, there's this neighborhood Karen that lives in my neighborhood who lives across the street from me. There's been a couple occasions where I am just minding my own business outside, and she accuses me of throwing rocks at windows. I never threw a rock at a window, or at least I don't think I have. Unless I did throw a rock at her window before, then oops. I know there are a lot of kids outside since I live in an apartment building in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah. But I'm the older one. I'm 15. At the time, I was probably 13 or 14, but I'm 15. And I've always been the older kid of the neighborhood. I'm basically just because I identify as the older sister to all of the little kids, even if I kind of quit being out there. So anyway, she always accuses me of throwing rocks. Like one time I was with my wolf pack, my friends that were around my age but still were younger than me because there's no one my age that lives near me. And I was 12 or 13, still a young little thingy. And we were just doing our wolf pack rituals. And then the neighborhood Karen says, "Stop throwing rocks at my house." And I was we were all "We're not throwing rocks at your house." Because literally, we never thrown rocks at her house before. Even though I do admit to doing a lot of stuff to people's houses whenever I was younger. A lot of stuff. I never threw rocks at her house. Even though I have drawn on someone's house before. I've never thrown rocks at the neighborhood Karen's house. So, a little bit later, we still talk about the Karen all the time at this time because she was still talk of the town. Most kids weren't even allowed by her house because she would just call the cops on her. Oh yeah, right. One time, I was at my friend's house who lived across the street at the time. Now I have no idea where she lives. And I was at my friend's house, and the Karen called the cops on me. I had no idea until the cops already left and realized that it wasn't that big of a deal. Because apparently I was looking into people's windows. I've never looked into people's windows. The only thing I've really done is looked out my window to stare at people. And that's not, like, even that common for me to do. I'll just see if people are outside and see if I should hang out with my friends or not. That's all I ever really done. So, accusing me of looking into other people's windows? No. I might have been looking, like, I might have looked into my friend's window while seeing if she's at the house, because I'm pretty sure we were allowed to do that. You know, my Wolfpack friends, you know what I mean? I basically went to their house every day and ate at their house, which is funny because there's, like, never food at my own house. Yeah. Poor kid lifestyle. So, fast forward, I don't know how many months, probably at least 1 month. Apparently, the Karen, I found out from one of my other neighbors that the Karen was making Facebook book posts about me and calling me, like, mental illness and bad and, like, a bad influence, and saying I throw rocks at her house and saying that it's bad that I stay outside past 8:30, which I was literally, like, 12, and most of the kids stayed up way longer than me and were, like, 5 years younger than me. So, yeah. Actually, like, most of the kids were way more than 5 years younger than me. It was just, like, the older kids that were 5 years younger than me. And then, like, the Wolfpack older sister was, like, only, like, 3 years younger than me. And that's why I hanged out with her. Because she was, like, in my age range. But, you know. It was, like, she said, she made a Facebook post about me. Apparently, I was breaking into, what am I saying? I was, throwing rocks at houses and doing all this stuff that I wasn't doing. Throwing rocks at houses, staying up late, you know. Okay. I do, like, something you should know about Karens is they're basically, like, little, like, those kids from 3 to 10 who are, like, brats. They basically never hit puberty and grew up from 3 to 10. And I believe that because I used to act pretty entitled when I was a kid. Like, I was like one time I didn't win a game, and then I was just, like, being a brat about it, and I was like, this is not fair. This person get to win, and I don't. Like, this makes no sense. I started crying on the ground. I remember I've even, like, been in a store and started having a temper tantrum and asked to speak to the manager. I didn't know what a Karen was, though. I just think it's funny that I was just, like, as a kid, I was just, like, the little Karen that... I'm not a Karen anymore. Trust me. I turned 13, or when I turned 12, I stopped being a Karen. Okay, now I'm going to talk about different kinds of Karens. First, we got the typical, let me speak to your manager, Karen. These Karens are the typical ones. They are entitled and always think they're in the right. Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. There's a Karen at your local grocery store. She wants a refund on her tea. She already drank the tea. She's asking for a refund on the tea, but there's one missing. The employee is saying, I can't give you a refund on this. It has been used. The Karen is complaining and asking to speak to the manager. That is the typical, let me speak to your manager, Karen. Next, we have, I'm calling the cops, Karen. These Karens are basically like the let me speak to your manager, Karen. But let me give you a different scenario for this one. Karen says, you're parked in like a appropriate parking space. But Karen doesn't like where you're parked. Karen says, move your car or I'm calling the cops. This guy pulls out his phone. You're not allowed to record in public. Then the Karen calls the cops. The officer comes and realizes that the Karen is the one who's in the wrong and not you. That is the I'm calling the cops Karen. The next kind of Karen is the temper tantrum Karen. These Karens are... Okay, let's use a scenario where you're at the gas station. You go inside the gas station to the snack and beverage part of the gas station, and the Karen wants a slushie from the slushie container in the back of the gas station. She goes up to the front desk and says, this slushie machine doesn't work. The employee then says, we can't do anything about that. Yeah. We can't do anything about the slushie machine not working. It is alright that the slushie machine doesn't work. Karen goes full Super Saiyan Karen, God mode, and gets very mad and starts breaking property and lies on the ground crying, kicking her legs, and like the Victoria's Secret Karen, you've heard of her. So, yeah. And then we got the one from earlier, the neighborhood Karen. That one Karen that kind of lives near you, that would sometimes complain about everything you do. You know, you're just minding your own business in your neighborhood. And this Karen says something about you and starts yelling at you when you've literally done nothing. Or you've done something of zero significance that shouldn't make anyone angry. That is the neighborhood Karen. Of course, there's like other Karens. Like you got the Karen teacher. I'm sure Miss Katie is one of them. Because her name's Karen. Get it? Okay. But, yeah. The teacher, Karen, is the one who doesn't care and swears in class. I'm sure you've known that teacher before. That one teacher that swears in class, that's the teacher, Karen. And will complain about everything the students do. And famous line, "You're the worst class I've ever had." Says that to every class. Why do Karens do this? Well, it could have been from lack of child attention. Like maybe the mother did not give the child attention, or maybe the father did not give the child attention, or maybe neither parents gave the child attention and any of the children attention. So they acted like that. Or it could have been way too much attention. Either way, it could cause some things to happen in your middle-aged woman. And these middle-aged women are called Karens. Now, I'm sure we've all heard of names for Karens, though. We got Karen, Paulina, Patty, yeah, I don't know. Those are just some of them. So anyway, do you have experiences with Karens? I would like to hear your answers down in the comments below. Also, move them fingers to the like button and move those fingers to the subscribe button and desaturate the button. You know, we need this video to reach the stars. So anyway, Sunflower Fox out.